Hey everybody, how are you, family? I wanted to do this little video. I've been wanting to do this little video for a while now, so that way you guys can be updated as to what's going on here at the channel. Um, and there's been a lot. So I'll just go back a little bit, give you a little backstory. I was able to do this channel because of working from home, and that is because I became the personal caregiver for my mother in law, and that was last year. I've been doing this now for maybe a year and a half. Um, and it worked out really well because I was able to film videos and get this channel going, and it's been a lot of work, but it's been worthwhile. But let's move forward to the end of September of this year. We had some relatives visit us. One thought he had a sinus infection. No big deal. I get sinus infections. Turned out that it was much more than that, and me and my wife and my mother-in-law all came down with COVID, and it hit us all differently. It affected us all differently. So, and we're all highly susceptible because of underlying conditions. My mother in law is 91 years old, will be turning 92 in a few days. My wife has dysautonomia, which is an umbrella term for all kinds of things like Parkinson's and MS and EDS and POTS and tachybrady syndrome, and there's so many things. So she's been in a really bad swing for the last 5 years now, and it's really bad. She also has really bad COPD. So COVID is going to affect them really hard. With me, well, I have arthritis and I get this infusion done every 7 weeks, which lowers my immunity. So could also make it more difficult for me to fight it off. But I did recover quicker than my wife and my mother-in-law. In fact, my mother-in-law ended up going into the hospital, and she was in there for about a week before they transferred her to a rehab center, and she was there for about 2 weeks. In that time frame, I got a lot better, and my wife was starting to pull through as well. I started filming a lot of stuff because there was so many things I wanted to do in October. I had a lot of requests, and I tried to just bang out as much as I could while she was away, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad that Nancy was also well enough to do a lot of the editing and publishing and get them at least ready to be published. Um, so my mother-in-law gets released, and she's not the same person. She is much more bedridden. In fact, she hasn't been out of the bed since she's been home. The healthcare system in this country sucks, and they're not on the ball with getting the right help. So I'm basically taking care of her 24/7. So with no real help. My wife had a really bad COPD flare up about the same time that her mother came home. So she's been pretty much out of the picture, having a lot of difficulty breathing and needing to get nebulizer treatments and all of that. So I've been running back and forth from one room to the other. My mother-in-law needs supervision when it comes to eating and drinking. She needs physical therapy. She got visited once by a physical therapist, and that was about 8 days after being discharged. So this has been a challenge, and of all the jobs I've done in my life, this has definitely been the hardest I've ever faced. And I feel like the that old saying, I feel like water poured out. I'm poured out like water, and I just feel thin, and it's been rough. But I wanted to let you guys know because you're so important to us. This community is so important to us. I'm not able to jump into the comments and talk to everybody like I want, like I usually am. I mean, I'm usually running around 100% of replying to everybody in my comments, and I'm just finding it harder and harder to have the time. I'm just so exhausted. most of the time. And when I'm not dealing with my patients, I'm trying to deal with everything else in the house, and it's been rough. So please forgive me. Keep us in your thoughts and prayers. That always helps. Know that you're not being ignored, or that I'm not, around. The videos that are being posted are the ones that were already filmed prior to all this and already were done before Nancy fell ill again. So a lot of them were we put them up onto YouTube privately, and then we just release them little at a time, which is what you're seeing. So I have had some time to get the studio back to semi-normal, and I'm looking forward to be gearing up to start filming again and getting back to doing this and hanging out with you guys. I've got a little bit of the October requests still that I have to do, and once we get back up and running, really get going on to our November stuff. There's so much that I want to do. There's so much that I couldn't do, that I had to put off this year, what I was planning on doing in October. But hey, listen, we move on. There'll be other Octobers. This is the plan. We're waiting to get approval for more coverage for my mother-in-law. And if that's the case, if it's 24/7, which is what we want, I will probably be doing the night shift. And then during the day, when there's aides here to be able to help her, I'll only be like assisting. That's the hope. When that will happen, we don't know. We got a letter saying it could take 45 days, but no more than 60 days. Can you imagine that? 45 days without anybody else coming to help? That's insane. It's daunting. It's depressing. I'm trying to stay positive here and hoping that it's a lot quicker. But if that's the case, and we finally get to that point, I'll have lots of time. I should have lots of time in the day to start catching up and getting back on things. So I just wanted to tell you guys, the situation on the channel here. I hope you guys stick around and stick with me. We have almost 700 videos on the channel. If you'd like to support, really, just watching those videos again, or watching ones you never seen before, that's a good one, a good way of doing it. And we really do love and appreciate all you guys for watching, for subscribing, for hitting up in the comments, and just your support. It's been phenomenal. I've been trying to keep up even with our Patreons and our Discord. I just wanted to take this time to reach everybody, as many as we can, so that way you know what's happening here. And know that we love you, and that we're not in any way, stopping or whatever. You may see some time now where there's no videos being posted because we're running out of those videos I did before. But we'll be back. We'll be stronger than ever. I really do believe that. Just know that from my wife and I, we love you guys. So we'll see you soon. Bye.